There, looking at the solar, I suppose after talking about all the heating and stuff, like now the solar is obviously one of the main ideas is that that's going to benefit you on the running costs of not only your heating but also of the whole house. So like the solar benefits automatically is to reduce your electric bill. Probably anybody solar up or anybody knows solar or anything like that. So look, we'll just look at some of the benefits here, the solar benefits, the solar tips, and how we can make solar work for yourself. Do you know what I mean? As Christy talked about, you know, the MICA houses that we're all involved there at the moment, and even the new houses, you know, 99% of them, or good 90% of them, are putting up solar as well as doing the renewables. I mean, because, you know, I do know there's a budget to it, and some people are trying to put it on the long finger. But look, listen, if you can get the system up and running, you will see the benefits right away. I mean, and it absolutely will make a life a lot easier. I know at the start it might not sound like that, but like 5 years in, you'll be glad that the solar went up the same time as you moved in again. All right. So we'll just talk briefly about the panels, the battery. Look, the eddy is an option because the heat pumps are fairly efficient at heating the water, but you know the hot water diverter from the solar panels, we call it the eddy, is also an option. Do you know what I mean, for heating in the water, even during the summertime, because if you want to reduce your heat pump usage, you can actually just use the surplus from the solar panels. That'll heat your hot water and give you a full tank of water as long as you have an adequate system on for the whole summer. Do you know what I mean? And then we might touch on the changeover switch as well, because again, that's been a topic since the last storm about this whole changeover switch, and people have this concept that because they have solar up, they're going to have power all the time. I mean, which is a bit false. Okay. So if we talk about the panels, all our panels first we're now moved on. We just have to get in a brand new container load there of 450 watt panels. They're tier 1 panels. They're glass on glass bifacial panels with a 25-year product warranty and a 30-year efficient warranty, so there should be no problem for 30 years. Okay. As I say, we always try to keep on top of the race, making sure we're getting the best all the time for the clients, like I mean, you know. And they actually come black on black. I mean, so if you've got a slit roof, they blend in very well. Some people's this concept as well, that, you know, they're feared about it doesn't look right. There's loads of options that we can do also. Like we can look at ground mounts, we can look at roofs, we can look at, I mean, shades. So there's lots of different combinations we can do the solar panels on. But typically, I suppose the cheapest option is always on the house itself. I mean, if the roofs are suitable or adequate. So that's potentially the panels. The battery, again, people are on the fence about the battery. Myself being an electrician, yes, I have to say it's more about the panels. I mean, look, at the minute we're allowed to put up a 5 kilowatt inverter. So it means potentially the maximum amount of panels we're allowed to put on the roof at the minute is 24 panels if you have an oversized inverter for 200%, okay? And yes, I would promote the overproduction because the good export at the minute. I mean, look, houses are getting busier, electric cars are coming. I mean, everything in the house is electric, so yes, the more generate you can do. At the minute, because it can go to credit, it's okay. And that's why people put the battery on the fence for a wee while and say, well, sure, we'll not bother about the battery because we're getting so good export. But that will change in the future. I mean, and people with batteries, whether it's now or in the future, again, if you're able to make that energy, obviously if you can save it and use it later, it's more benefit for yourself rather than selling it back at a reduced rate. Do you mean?
Is the battery very easy to retrofit after the whole affair can sort of be left?
Yeah, well, what's happening with us at the minute is we're actually sort of like selling like 5 kilowatt batteries, so one battery. And now this year, since Christmas, actually, believe it or not, we've actually a lot of clients come back and topping up or doubling up on the battery, moving on to 10 kilowatt or some of them even on to 15 kilowatt. So yeah, you don't, you know, even if you've only got a small battery at the moment, it's easy to stack them later, I mean, or add on. And a lot of inverters can go up to between 40 and 80 kilowatt of storage. I mean, so you can add up to 80 kilowatt of battery storage on an inverter. But again, that all kind of boils down to obviously making sure then, if you want to expand into bigger battery storage, it falls back to making sure you have enough panels on the roof, okay? So that's why I always promote the panels first and then your battery, okay?
How long does the battery last for?
10 years. All batteries now are warranted for 10 years. Do you mean? That's a 5 kilowatt battery there. And they're all batteries are warranted for 10 years, or as they say, 7,000 cycles. Do you mean? Whichever comes first. All right?
Will everything run off the battery?
No.
No. Okay, so lighting?
Yes, lighting. It's only to assist. Do you mean? Now, there is people out there that's, if you start building your battery storage, because people like to have this concept of, well, if solar up, I can build my storage and I can be potentially close off grid. And yes, with a 20 kilowatt of storage of battery, you could potentially 8 months of the year be running absolutely grid free. Do you know what I mean? You know, but that's having a proper design, battery storage, and having a look at it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you could be very close. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just really tricky in the winter time. Shorter days, less sunlight. Do you know what I mean? You know, but what the flip side of that is, if you do have 20 kilowatt battery storage, you can actually charge it on the cheap rate, because everybody now has a smart meter. So you charge it on a cheap rate and you discharge it on the peak rates. Do you know what I mean? So again, you're making your system work for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And you can do that with your battery storage as well.
What's the expected life cycle of the batteries?
Look, we expect them to last between 12 and 15 years. Do you know what I mean? But as I say, they only come with a 10-year warranty. It's like the inverter. The inverter only comes with a basic 5-year warranty. It can be extended to 10 once the manufacturer gets it online. But again, we would like to think that the inverters are lasting 12 to 15 years. Do you know what I mean? You know, the panels will have the longest lifespan for sure. Do you know what I mean? But the mechanical parts, the parts that work the hardest, have a little bit of a less lifespan. Do you know what I mean? Right. And that's typically for all.
Any fire risks with the batteries?
Not if they're wired properly and installed correctly. That's a simple answer. Do you know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, if they're not installed properly, yes, there is fire risks with them. It's all to do with the connection of the cables, the size of cabling, and all of that carry on. Typically, every battery comes with a standard. Do you know what I mean? And it's tried and tested. Do you know what I mean? And it's very seldom that'll fail inside. Do you know what I mean? Look, don't get me wrong. An odd one may do, but again, with the precautions we take with the SCA requirements, it's all fitted onto fireboard and all that kind of crack. I mean, and the locations we put them. So we take all them considerations into account as well, anyway, as a precaution. Do you mean as standard, really? Do you mean?
Not just, I've seen or not read articles about electric cars going on fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they're car carriers, and they can't get the fires out.
No, I know. But how did it go on fire? But like, I mean, was it charging at the time? It all depends what's happening at the particular time.
Well,
I mean,
this car just coming from a country to another country.
yeah. Look, it all depends on the wiring and one thing inside the vehicles and stuff like that there. But typically the batteries, no, they're very, very safe. Like, I mean, you know. But
do your insurance company have any additional loading for?
yeah. Yeah. You should tell them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's an additional cost, for your insurance. I mean, you know.
Could batteries be installed in a shed or somewhere outside, so rather than the attic?
Again, if you're installing the panels on the house, typically we'd rather if everything was installed, nearby. If you want to externally put stuff, it's just an extra cost. Do you know what I mean? You know, so it can be done, but it will cost extra. Do you know what I mean? You know, so that's the answer to that, really. I mean, but yeah, anything's possible. It's just how much you want to pay for it sometimes. Do you know what I mean? You know.
Just on the question is there with regards to potential fire, is there a temperature monitoring system on the battery?
Yeah, absolutely. The warning system's on, and now all the batteries. It's all app linked now. Exactly, it's all app linked. So, yeah, but a lot of times the BMS system actually shuts down with these alerts, and then you just get the sort of notification your battery's not working. I mean, that's really more it's not going to tell you that a cell's failing or anything. It'll tell you it's not working, and then you have to look further into it. Do you know what I mean? That's the BMS system, right? The control system, right? So.
Did you lose any panels in the last big storm?
No. We had 3 damaged. 3 damaged, was it? The slits? Slit. Yeah, debris more than, we had no losses. Now, to be fair, Johnny might agree that we have a lot of systems that are done out by the coast again, out by the west there, and yeah, it was squeaky bum time, as they say. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, but no, we didn't. Again, look, we complied to all the regulations, the hooks and the clamping systems and the workings, and we use all the approved stuff that we're meant to. So
It's very important to note around if you're chatting about the bracketing system, and we've come up against it on a commercial job yesterday. We use K1 on both domestic and commercial. It's the best bracketing system you can use. It is a German system. A lot of people use K2, but we use K1, and that's something to keep a note of because